Hey guys, Eric here. Haven't done a process video for a bit, and I got some new markers, so I thought I would do one for you all and see how it goes. I'm kind of still learning how to do them, kind of experimenting a little bit. I also got a tripod for my phone, but I haven't figured out how to get it to work. My table's not real big, so I'm still going to kind of hold it with one hand and work as I go. My markers are, let me set them up here. Hang on. I'm not sure how you say it. Ohuhu markers, alcohol based, and they come with a colorless blender. There's like 120 of them. They got two tips. They're pretty handy. I like them a lot. So we'll get started. I usually start with the black marker, and they usually say which is the brush and which is the fine tip. They're kind of worn off because I use them a lot already. Okay, I start with the fine tip and I start drawing something, usually like, let's see, we'll do a weird face. My actual drawing skills are not the best, so a lot of times it ends up looking kind of, I'm really not good with noses. I like drawing people screaming. I'm not sure what that says about me, but that's something I get a kick out of doing for some reason. So put the black away and fill in some texture on his face. Take the cap out of my mouth. This is color, it has a color on the tip. Another thing I like about these. Can you see it? When I'm doing this for this type, because we blend it, I don't usually fill it all the way in. I just kind of do some streaks. Kind of get some texture set up there. And there's that. A little color in the mouth. I don't like to use black for that, since I'm going to blend it, and black makes the blending kind of muddy. So I'll use like gray and brush tip on gray. These markers are nice and juicy, and you hear it kind of squeak. I use a marker paper. This is, I forget the brand, it starts with an F. It's kind of a funny name. It's real smooth, real glossy almost, and I like it because the markers don't bleed into it. There's no bleeding on the other side at all, and it just doesn't soak up a lot of the ink, so you save ink on the markers, because when you use really toothy paper or really soft paper, or if it's too rough or whatever, it's going to really drain your ink by a lot. So I don't like to do that. For his eyes, I guess this time I'll do some kind of yellow eyes for him. He's like some kind of supernatural entity, and I opened the wrong cap. So it's always important also when you put your markers away, when you're using, I guess it's kind of yellow-green. Yeah. When you're putting your markers away, put the cap on real tight. That's the longer they'll stay wet and soft. If you don't get it on there good and tight, they'll dry out. Okay. So I'm done with him for now. And then I like to do this surrounding area with some different colors here. I really like playing with reds. This is a crimson. There we go. Crimson red. Oh, it doesn't look real crimson to me, but I don't know. These colors aren't exact, but they're pretty good. So what I do is I start out just surrounding, I guess it is crimson. I was thinking it was more of a pink color earlier, but I was thinking of something else, I guess. So I go through. I try not to press too hard. I don't want to wear my nibs out, but I got kind of a heavy hand, so I got to be careful. But that's one thing, once again, the soft paper or the smooth paper helps with is keeping it from getting, if you press a little bit harder, it's not so bad, it's not dragging across it like it would be with rougher paper. So you can see what we got here. And now I like to do grays a lot. This is red gray. There we go. So I just kind of put it on the edges here, let them touch a little bit. I'll work that all around. For the red gray, and then we'll go for a lighter gray. This one is warm gray. That's what I like about this set. There's 120 markers and there's a lot of different types of colors. Even though I tend to use a lot of gray, black, and reds, the nice thing is there's so many different shades of them. I don't have to, I'm not going to wear out one or two markers. Okay, we can see that's a slightly different shade. Color that around. I like to kind of mix it in all the way through. Sorry if my voice goes down a little bit. I'm kind of working while I'm talking. And so we got that. I might add one more red in. This is deep red. Oh, don't look at the mess over there. Just had to get the brush tip open. So run that around. I know some people don't think this is like a real type of art that I do because it's kind of messy. I talk about mental health a lot. I talk about having bipolar disorder and being on the autism spectrum. My brain kind of works messy. It's kind of always disorganized. Things are always kind of chaotic. And I have to kind of always fight to bring things in. So my art kind of reflects how my brain works. Messy and chaotic and whatever. To some people it might not make sense. Some people get it. For those who get it, I appreciate it. If you don't get it, some people try to get it. Some people don't want to get it. So, you know, whatever works. Okay, so I got the colors in that we like, and it looks kind of chaotic a little bit, but not the finished product. This is a colorless blender. This, I assume, just has like the alcohol mix in it without any color. See, the tip just has I'm having trouble focusing here. Anyway, It's a colorless blender. And I take the brush tip for it and I just start blending. And what this does is this mixes the colors up a little bit. Now it's not like pastels, you're not going to get a full mix because it's alcohol markers, so they dry a little bit, but you get kind of a cool effect as it goes around. Let me get a better grip here so you can see. And it fills in all the gaps. And I like to cover everything and spread it out real good. Gives it kind of an unhinged look. Just go through here, fill in our guy's face. And you see the gray kind of muds it up a little bit, but I try not to. It's not black, it's like a darker gray, but it gets a little muddy. But that's all right. So it just kind of adds to the texture, I think. And like I said, I don't flip out. That's a nice thing about doing the style of art that I do. A mark out of place, a wrong stroke somewhere, or whatever. Rarely do I have to start over unless I just really don't like where something's going. Then I'll just tear the paper out and start with something completely different. So most of my supplies I get at Michael's. I think the paper I got off Amazon, I wasn't able to find this at Michael's. This is the smoothest paper I've ever found. I've used a couple different types of paper. Like the search for paper, the perfect paper was like it's like Indiana Jones in the Lost Ark, trying to find the perfect paper, and I think I found it with this. So, doing some more blending here. You can see how it kind of spreads it out a little bit. It mixes the colors. And I like to kind of add some things here. Go over his face a little bit more. I like to make sure everything's kind of mixed in real nice. Like I said, it's not super neat. It doesn't look super mixed, but at the same time, it doesn't look as choppy as it was either. You don't have the gaps and the streaks. I mean, maybe a few streaks, but not like you did. And mind you, no one's taught me any of this stuff. It's just things I figure out on my own. I might not even be doing it right. Somebody's probably going to comment and say you're doing it all wrong, but this is what I figured out, and this gets the kind of look that I want, which for me is the important thing with art, is having the look that you want. Whether you're doing it right, whether you're following whatever rules somebody made up or whatever, is not really the important thing, in my opinion. Okay, so going through. All right, I think we're pretty well done. It kind of looks like, not really, I wanted it to look kind of a reddish, surreal, cloudy look to it. I think we got that. I did another one earlier. I'm going to post it on my Facebook wall later, and it's going to be on my Ko-fi page at theartsybrain.com, where he's like surrounded by flames and fire and stuff. That one came out pretty cool. This one I think is pretty interesting. So, but this is kind of what I do. This is the latest style I've been working with. If you've followed my channel at all, you see I change styles around a lot. Partly because I get bored, partly because I'm trying to learn different things and do different things. So, so yeah, that's where we are. This piece will be in my coffee shop for sale. If anybody wants to pick it up and give it a home. So you can follow me on Instagram at the Artsy Brain, just underscores between each word. And like I said, check out my Ko-fi page at theartsybrain.com. And that's all I got for now. Thank you everyone for watching, and take care.